In these uncertain economic times, it's easy to be worried about protecting your wealth, your hard-earned savings, and your family's financial future. Plunging interest rates, the devaluating dollar, and political unrest constantly threaten what you have worked hard to earn and all that you own. That's why now it's more important than ever to protect your assets and have the money you need to make your dreams come true. Welcome to the Global Wealth Fortress Report with successful global entrepreneur and wealth preservation expert Joel Nagel. Joel's helped thousands of people just like you protect what you have so that you can make even more and make your every dream come true. So, sit back and enjoy Joel Nagel's offshore expert advice on how you can live the good life at a great price, where the sun never sets on your financial fortress.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Global Wealth Fortress Report. My name is Joel Nagel, and I'm speaking to you today from the entrance to the Prater Park. The Prater Ferris wheel is just about 100 years old. That's sitting right behind me. But the park itself was actually started in 1766, so basically 250 years ago. And the park itself is literally thousands and thousands of acres of hiking trails and every kind of amusement you could imagine, from ball fields to table tennis, regular tennis, soccer. There's even an American baseball and football field. And the park was originally started by the emperor, and he wanted a place for people to get out of the heart of the city and into nature. Having said that, the park itself is actually literally in the center of Vienna. I think this is one of the things that makes Vienna one of the world's most livable cities. You have this huge park. The entrance of the park is the amusement park, the Prater amusement park, where my daughters love to go. They have a lot of crazy rides and roller coasters, and they have a particular ride they really love because it flings you every which way, upside down and backwards and around in circles, and it's pretty crazy. But behind me you have the symbol, one of the symbols of Vienna, the Prater Ferris wheel. So it takes about 15 minutes to go one time around, and it's not uncommon for people to come here to actually get engaged. You'll see couples reserving a car, and then somewhere at the top, the ever important question is popped. So it's really nice for me to be here. I'm actually sitting on the ground, which is not the greatest for my 55-year-old body, but there's nothing in this field at the moment. I had to film this episode today, however, because tomorrow construction of the big giant tent will start right here. We're about a week or so, a little over a week away from the start of the Oktoberfest season, which is a 3-week holiday. Started in Germany, but it's here in Austria as well, and it runs from around the 18th of September until the first weekend in October. So I wanted to have the Prater Ferris wheel behind me so you get a little flavor for what it's like in this part of Vienna. In the last episode, we were talking about the citizenship options and the residence options in Austria. I hope you had a chance to see that. If not, go back one episode and you can watch that. There's also a lot of companion information about residency and citizenship in Austria. So I hope you'll take an opportunity to view that as well. Over the next couple days, I want to finish out this series talking about second passport and citizenships. Today I thought I'd just talk in general about some of the other ones that are out there. Basically, for what it's worth, it's important to mention that almost every country has some sort of residency or citizenship option. And it's normally expedited based on the concept of an investment. If you don't have the money to invest, you can go to the country, you can try to get a job, you can start your own business. One of my colleagues, a very young fellow, wanted to get Portuguese residency. We talked about that last week. And, he went there, and we helped his company apply for him to basically get residency in Portugal. And he didn't have to make any investment at all. I mentioned Germany, which has a lot of incentives, particularly for Americans, to go there. And again, there are visa options where you don't have to make any type of investment. But the investment programs are designed to either shorten the process, speed up the process in some way. Many of them allow you to get and maintain residency without actually living there on a full-time basis. So you don't have to become a tax resident of a country if you do something. You make an investment, you start a business, those things will still qualify you for residence and then eventual citizenship without you even being there. But if you don't have those types of resources, there's always a workaround. I mentioned a number of the ones in Portugal. I mentioned Germany a little bit. And we've helped clients in Belgium, we've helped clients in Italy, we've helped clients in Greece, and some of them had the resources to make these types of investments, some didn't. I just want to also mention that when it comes to the residency by investment programs, the southern tier of the European countries tend to be the places that have the easiest and most affordable. So starting at the Atlantic, you've got Portugal, we talked about that. Spain has a very robust golden visa program. It's really popular with people from Latin America because it shortens the period that they have to qualify for citizenship in Spain. Italy doesn't really have a investor visa per se, but they're working on it. They do have some visas that are attractive for retirees if you can show you a proof of income. Dropping down from Italy, you have Malta. Malta has always been one of the top countries for citizenship and residency. They have an instant citizenship program. It takes about a year, requires a very large investment, over $1 million. But they also have a residency option starting at about 300,000 euros. Moving on from Malta, we have Greece. Greece has probably the lowest residency option. You can qualify with 250,000 euros, which is just a little bit less than the Portugal program, and virtually anything qualifies. So if you buy some little remote island, or you buy a condo in Athens or something like that. Greece also has a ancestral program. So if you have any ancestry from Greece, you might want to look at that. Then you've got Cyprus. I'm actually going to talk a lot tomorrow about the Cyprus program, both their residency program and their citizenship program, because it's very interesting, very dynamic. And then the day after tomorrow, I'm going to finish up talking a little bit about Bulgaria. People are going to say, well, hey, why are you talking about Bulgaria? But it's quite interesting, and it's a member of the EU, and it's integrating into Schengen, meaning that once you have a Bulgarian passport, you can live and work anywhere you want in Europe. And you have visa-free access into the United States. So it's becoming popular in some circles as well. So I hope you enjoyed spending a few minutes with me here at the Prater Park. I want to close by saying that for any of you that would like to visit with me, we offer some private and some very small group programs in both Austria and in Switzerland. Our Austria programs are called Wealth Fortress Austria, and our Swiss programs are called Wealth Fortress Switzerland. We offer them at least twice a year in small groups. The next planned one is the first week in December, which is really a fantastic time to be here because of the Christmas markets. People always love that. The Opera and Symphony, which just started back up this week, will be in full force. So we tailor a program around the participants, takes into account all the sites that they want to see, but we delve down into their personal asset protection planning as well. Okay, so if that's for you, reach out to me and we can talk about a small group program, an individual program, and if those are too expensive, we also several times a year participate in larger venues. This November, right after the election, I'll be the keynote speaker at the conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, our Global Asset Protection Investment Conference. And right now, the governor of Nevada is saying we can have just about 49 people. So we expect that program to completely fill up. We'll also offer a virtual streaming option for people who don't want to travel to Las Vegas but still want to get the primary content. Anyways, I hope you'll join me for one of these events, whether it's a personalized event, a small group event, or a larger conference event. I hope I'll get a chance to see you in person. Until then, I want to wish you health, wealth, and happiness. See you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for joining Joel Nagel and the Global Wealth Fortress Report, a whole new approach to asset protection and estate planning, so that now you can live the good life at a great price, where the sun never sets on your financial fortress.